Hello, hello.
Hello, Dan, the video man,
Tim, the medium mate. What?
the
Hello, hello.
million, the million. Oh, God, blimey, I can't say the million man. That doesn't rhyme. Your one does.
We have somebody new joining us.
Hello
Ayoub,
there.
Hello there.
Yeah.
Hey, Dan. Thank you for having me. Hi, Timothy.
All right. Yeah. Well done. Welcome.
welcome,
Where,
welcome.
Where are you from?
Ayoub,
yeah,
can I ask,
please.
is Ayoub the first name or the surname? I don't know.
Ayoub is my first name, and Khalil is my family name.
Very nice. Because
Thank
I
you.
was
Yeah,
asking my friend and we couldn't agree which one was which. So I thought I'll just ask.
yeah, and Khalil, it reminds me of Superman. Khalil, his name from the planet where he came from. His name is Khalil.
Oh, nice,
Yeah,
nice. Yeah, so that's helpful on your journey, right?
it is. It is. Sometimes I do feel like Superman.
Welcome, welcome. I just saw your message. You messaged me that
Yeah.
you'll will see me on the call, and I was like, which call? I was like, ah, you joined
I
school.
don't know. Which call? I have no. Let me check my schedule, please.
No, because last time we talked, it was in humans, right?
Yes.
Where you were on the call, and I was like, there's no call in humans today.
Yeah. I'm
Yeah,
I'm I'm trying to blend in. I'm just doing my part.
beautiful. Um, are you the one? Yes, you are. Who printed out the school cat and laminated?
Yes. Yes, I have it here. I
Yeah,
actually
because I
have two
just saw
samples.
school back up there.
Yeah.
Nice, nice. That's a cool idea.
Thank you. It helps with motivation actually.
Yeah. I have the cat like on my TV. It's also here on the computer. It's
And you
everywhere.
have the shirt, the official shirt, I believe.
Oh, yes, of course. That's where I got the stickers from. Yeah, I
Nice.
in the what's it called? Schoolers community. I don't know if
Yeah.
you've seen it. They have merch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and they had this, I think they still have it, this value pack. And I just got that. It has a t-shirt, a sweater, a hat,
Nice.
stickers, and it's a really good price.
keyring holder.
Hey, what?
Is there a fridge magnet, a key holder,
Yeah, it comes with everything. No,
all of
not
that
not.
jumble?
Yeah,
Nice. So I'm checking that out actually. Schoolmerch.com.
yeah. And actually, but I'll bring that up a little bit later on the call when more people have joined. If I forget, remind me to share something about that merch.
Okay, should I post the link in the chat?
Yeah, why not?
Okay. So let's no, not affiliated with it, but get your school merch. Get your school merch and shine like that. I'm working on my marketing skills actually, so I'm learning how to do copywriting and all those skills. So
Beautiful. Hello, Mindy,
Hello, hello.
Good
our top.
evening.
hello, hello.
Hi.
Mindy looks just like me. We never left our place.
Yeah, exactly. I was sitting outside actually, and then the last minute I was like, "Oh my God, it's 6. No, I won't. I want to sit outside for a whole hour. It started to get cold and ugh."
Do you have like mosquitoes there in the jungle where you live?
Yeah, well, this year it's really good, and I live really by the coast, so really like some 100 meters of the Baltic Ocean, so that's pretty okay. But if you go 10 kilometer more into the land, and you get eaten. That's
I can imagine. I can imagine because in where my mom lives in Switzerland, we went a walk in the woods, right? And we just got eaten. And here where I live, there's hardly any, but there. So I was thinking you with all that forest and those lakes.
yeah.
Yeah, but living at the coast. So at the coast, why? Because of the ocean breeze or something? They cannot multiply in salt water, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know. Is it? Yeah, probably. Is it that? Yeah, and
I
the
don't
wind,
know.
a little bit more wind, probably also.
Yeah, it shouldn't be actually, because thinking where I grew up in East Africa was by the ocean, and we got eaten.
Really?
Yeah, there's
Oh,
so many mosquitoes there, and malaria, right? Um, I got malaria when I was 12 years old, and I almost died thinking back, actually. I lost 14 kilos in the span of 2 weeks.
hey,
Yeah,
Wow.
and
what?
I'm not, I have more weight now than I had when I was 12 years old.
Oh, wow, okay.
That's why
Man,
malaria is so dangerous. You don't die of malaria, but your body is so weak, right? And if you do not, and it comes back every year. So if you don't recover until it comes back, you can only lose, weight 12 kilos so many times or 4
Wow.
kilos, yeah, whatever it was.
But what are the other symptoms then?
You basically cannot keep anything down. No, it's just water.
Yeah.
Anything else will come back. For example, I drank some Coke. The Coke came out minus the water.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's terrible. And you have these very high fever. Well, you have very high fever all the time, but it feels like you're
So
burning
years
up and
ago,
then you're freezing, and you're burning up
about
and you're
someone
freezing.
no, in school, she had malaria, and she said my memory went. I didn't know who you are.
It was bad.
There's no point in reconnecting with someone who doesn't know who you are.
I lost you there a little bit, Tim, but you're back.
Are we waiting on anybody else?
Yeah, Mark is going to join us most likely, and who else joins us usually? Keith
Anybody?
and Evan. But so far, I don't know. Tim and Ayoub, you guys probably don't know each other yet.
not yet.
And Mindy, right? From,
Yeah,
From
we saw
last
each other.
call. Yeah.
yeah. Tim, can you hear us?
I know nothing.
You're frozen at my end. Can you guys hear Tim?
He gets off a little bit.
I think my internet's a bit dodgy.
Dodgy
My
box.
mobile phone is staggering.
You
Hey,
wanna
Tim,
you
so
want
I would love to get to know you.
Well, I'm up a hill. I'm up in the hillside in Italy.
Nice.
So they're quite good. Weather-wise, today's good. But my box says my signal's a bit low. Normally it's got about 2 or 3 bars, but I've only got one.
I have a solution
Go on then. Reboot.
for anybody who wants clear communication from Tim. Just join this community I know where he posts a video every day, and those are crystal clear. Uh, Go on,
Well,
Tim.
maybe I don't actually have a problem, but I just needed content to put up there to show myself what I could do.
Yeah. I remember the days you were but nothing was wrong with the internet, right?
He's gone again.
Yeah,
Who
he's
knows?
not pretending. Ah, Ayoub,
Yes,
so
sir.
nice to have you
If you keep
here.
talking, I
Join
might be
us.
all right.
Now Tim is back.
Tim, either you play too much or your
I
internet
haven't
plays too
gone. I'm
much.
still
I
here.
don't know.
I'm not going anywhere.
This reminds me of,
I might as well just reboot the router.
yes, try that, Tim, please. This reminds me of when I
I'll,
lived in
I'll,
Africa as a kid, and
I'll do it remotely.
only phone, and you would talk to somebody, and everything was delayed. You would, have to wait for the answer. It was terrible.
Well, no
Terrible.
matter the delay with these communications, I remember when I was a kid, we used to travel abroad, and I was writing these letters to a friend of mine here in Tunisia. So we had to wait like 2 months in order for me to get a response from him. So no matter the delay, I'm grateful for it to be not as long. It doesn't take as long, So yeah.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I used to like collect pen pals as a teenager, and you
Yeah.
would write. It'll take 2 weeks to get there, and then 2 weeks to get back. Depending where they lived. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, welcome, Keith.
Good morning, Keith.
Hi, good morning.
Yes, it's morning for some people. Not
Yeah.
not over here.
It's 9 a.m. at in Vancouver, right? I'm getting used to the different time
Nightfall.
locations.
Yeah.
How is it going over there, Keith?
Pretty good. We changed our house insurance, and we have a tree that was hanging over the house, and I had to climb up there, and I brought my daughter up there because she wanted to be up there, but I made her sit in one spot and not move. So I trimmed nearly half the mass of the tree in branches off of it to get it to where it was high enough off the house. So we have like branches laying all over our yard. And we also pulled out a bunch of boxes we had from storage. So I had like a bunch of boxes on the side of the yard, and the recycling guy just came and took everything. And I'm just like, I wonder if they're gonna want to charge us extra or not. So that is what literally just happened before I joined this meeting.
Cool. So this is where my brain goes, or my mind, whatever it's called. This, you see, like that, you always have content for the journey you're doing.
Hey, I can hear people.
Looking for, what to record. Hey Tim, how's it
Hello
going?
again. Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, this is much better.
It's connected anyway. I did it remotely from my mobile phone. Yeah.
No,
It's too
this is
far
much
to
better.
too far to reach up there.
Much better. Now we can hear you.
What were you just saying about the video stories or content?
Yeah, Keith was just sharing about what happened on his end, and I said that way, you always have content for recording a video if you look, right?
I've got thousands of
Good point.
days. I was going to tell you during the sessions that everything I was doing in 2015 from all through to October.
I only caught part of that.
I've got content of what I was doing from April 2015 all the way through to October 2015.
Okay.
I've probably got
Nice.
photos, reminders for almost every weekend.
So that really sucks for me
Why?
because
Why?
you're not a paying customer of my community and you're gonna make videos forever. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. I love it. I love it. I love it.
Well,
Oh,
people keep mentioning when I have I meet people spontaneously through whatever I'm doing,
Yeah.
and they ask you what you do and where you're from, and go through. Well, I'm from London and I'm English, and where are you from? When they get a word in edgeways, of course.
There he
like
goes
now,
again.
like now when you're frozen.
Oh.
I just live in a place that's up a hill.
It should have
Makes
good
sense.
connection.
Yeah, it says now your internet is unstable.
No, yours.
Mine is, yeah, mine's unstable.
And I thought I lived in the middle of nowhere, but I'm pretty lucky here.
Well, it's not
Tim,
that
you can Tim, if I may, you can get Starlink. It's wonderful. It was great for remote locations, for mountains. Uh, it's fantastic actually.
Yeah, well, I only pay. Oh,
Yep.
Not enough.
No.
And the
Oh, that's
award for
great.
the best time.
well, it cut me off directly. Even in Zoom, it cut me off. That collapsed.
Yeah, but you came back instantly, so it's
Yeah, that was quite
not
clever.
bad.
I had a look at Starlink, and they want €70 a month,
It's about the
and
same
you
here.
have to pay a deposit as well, like €500 or something. So I didn't bother.
It really depends, where
Your
you are,
requirements,
where it weighs it. Obviously for
Bus-
Mindy's pride and van
businesses.
life, that's a
Yeah.
good thing, right? You've tried Starlink, haven't you, Mindy?
No, I haven't. I just have regular 4, 5G,
No.
rather. I don't have like fiber, that I don't have. But I
Okay.
just have the normal thing. But
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
working perfectly. I have no complaints at all. Because all the it's a little village. I think we have 200 people or something, and the most of them have fiber. Well, the house didn't have, and I bought it last year.
Mm.
And I think once or twice per year, everybody's complaining that everything falls out and this and that. And I always have, yeah, I always have receptions.
Good.
Well, if everyone's got cable, you're the only person using Wi-Fi and data, then, aren't you?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but they're digging a lot on the road, and then they just they fuck it up when they dig. Yeah,
Mm.
but mine is always working, so that's good.
Very nice. Keith, do you know Ayoub? I think you've been on a call in Humans with him. Yes. Welcome,
Yeah.
DG. DG has joined us. Um, Sometimes DG is in a place where she cannot talk, but that's totally fine.
Oh,
She will
She's in the
just,
dentist.
yeah. I don't know, but I just know sometimes she cannot talk, but she'll listen. That's fine. I talked with DG the other day. That's why I know this. I wanted to share something. You remember what was it? The
It was in
merch.
regards to, yes, the merch.
Yes, 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 the merch. And now I
Happy
can't
to be of
remember.
assistance.
But now I can't remember. Yes, so for the ones who don't know this, something Skool is also working on is that we get that merch tab for our own communities. And that we can then like hook it up to our own merch, right? So that's something that they're working on. Um, don't know when that's gonna come, but I know that's something they want to add. So that would be cool, I think, when we can customize, merch for our individual communities.
I wonder how it's going to work. Yeah, you go, Pete.
No, he
hmm.
he,
Oh,
he was he was waving to DG. DG was saying hello in the chat. Hello, hello.
Go for it, Mindy.
Yeah, I wonder how it is going to work because, well, Skool itself works with Shopify. And then how are they going to do that? Are they going to like create a shop for every one of us?
I think, the way I've gotten to like know Skool over the past year, it'll probably have like some default version, which will be most likely the same merch store as in Schoolers. Would make sense,
Mm-hmm.
but that you can swap it out for your own Shopify, hook it up to yours, and have that one,
Yes. Mm.
something like that I could imagine. Like
Yeah,
the
because oh, sorry, you go.
like the default, video you have for when new people join the community,
Mm.
but you can swap it out for yours, maybe that kind of thing. But that's just me guessing, right? I don't know.
Yeah, because Shopify isn't free, So I am wondering how are they going to
I see where you're going with that. Yeah. Extra costs by adding add-ons. I'm sure it'll be cool, however, because everything they've added so far, I'm like, how did they do that?
Yeah, true.
You know, like for example, the video business now for the community I just started. That's perfect, right? Perfect. Native video, we're talking about uploading video to
Mm.
Skool, where before we would have to upload it to third party and then embed it here. Yeah. We did experience a slight hiccup though. One of the members uploaded a video and it didn't have sound. But when he shared it over Google Drive, I downloaded it to my laptop. It had sound. So I uploaded it on Skool and it didn't have sound. So somehow the transcoding there didn't work. And so we've handed it into, what's it called? Customer support. And on my end, what I did is I just put it into MailChimp. Not MailChimp, Clipchamp. The standard thingy here on Windows that I have, and saved it again, hoping that it would fix the sound, and it did. And so it probably has to do something with how it was encoded on my friend's phone that Skool didn't recognize. But now it works. So that was a quick fix. I'm a tech nerd, so I'm sharing stuff like this.
Most of us are.
Good.
I
So-
mean, you have to be geeky enough to be able to persevere on Skool, I would say.
Well, they do make it as easy as possible, I think.
Yeah.
Compared to other platforms, they're doing a really great job. But yeah, I'm getting scared for the moment that I need to start automate things because I have no clue at all. I'm still typing with 2 fingers and copy pasting everything over, and it's taking ages. But at some point, I will need to start to automate things, and I'm like, yeah.
But you see, Mindy, what will happen is your network grows, and you will suddenly have people around you. Like, I have now, there's this one guy, he like programs the heck out of the community. I'm like, how does he do that? And it's just wonderful. So you won't have to do it yourself. There's people who are really talented in whatever you need. Yeah, it'll be good.
Yeah.
Well, the latest trend is agents, AI agents, and you use that through basically a conglomerate of APIs using MCP. That's the basics.
You already lost me.
In a nutshell.
I knew I would, but they're just acronyms for things you can connect up together. It's a bit like a supermarket with more than one brand of coffee.
Oh,
You
okay.
can go in there, you take your card with you where you've got money on your card, and then you go and buy one service, and they supply all the infrastructure, and then they connect it to the suppliers and the consumers with agents that go out and do your shopping for you.
Oh. Okay.
So if you have a request, you put it in your website, and then it goes out and does the shopping.
I have a question though in regards to that, Mindy. When do you think you would need automation?
To start doing outreach, I feel. And it's nice when you get more members to just send out DMs after like 7 days, 14 days, whatever. That kind of things.
Okay.
Mm.
So
I just started practicing with my Google Drive, getting spreadsheets. getting data off the spreadsheets, the G sheets, and just practicing with that to start with on my own. So I just learned how to do that.
Using the agents you're talking about.
Yeah, Zapier is one of the connectors I shop.
Okay.
It's been there for quite some time anyway. It's been there probably for about 5 or 6 years.
I wanted to ask Ayoub, have you got a community? Are you starting one? What does that look like? Because I
Yeah,
know the other guys.
I just started my community last week. It's called Make Remote Work Work. So the idea is that I was thinking about how I can bring in the different missions, the different experiences that I've had in my life, and how I can I can choose one target in order for me to be able to serve. So based on my experience working with NGOs, companies, small sizes, startups, I've coached and trained hundreds, maybe even thousands of startups across the years. So I thought of this community. Well, inside it will be coaching, training, operations, working on soft skills, on management, on leadership. But the way I packaged it, I chose to go with the remote work. So make remote work work. And yeah, that's the community that I started. And I would love to hear your feedback.
Nice. Nice. How would you like our feedback?
Real, raw, and unfiltered.
Yeah, but how do we go check out your about page and we talk about it next week, or do we
Sure.
do we join your community, which we probably, I don't know, are overwhelmed with so many communities we're joining. I don't know. I'm just spitballing
I
ideas here.
joined it, yeah.
Please do. I will have my first live session on this upcoming Thursday. So yeah, Thursday, same hour that this call started. So that will be the first call, and I will be sharing some tools and answering questions. So yeah, I want it to be dynamic. So please do join my community. I can put the link. I don't know if I will be overstepping here, but yeah, I can share the link.
You won't be overstepping in Skool Buddies. We promote, community growth, community builders. And so what I will probably do is every, live that we have here is recorded. I then post a replay, and there, in the first comment, I can put in your link, but you're also free to put in your own.
Nice.
Yeah.
So yeah, Skool Buddies. All right. Gladly. I will also make an intro post in the group. So I was actually typing that, but I wasn't able to finish it before this call. So yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I just remembered in Skool Buddies, in your intro, you can post all your links and everything. We're still going to figure out how exactly we want to do it for the community as a whole, because now that it's, still smallish, it's not a problem, but I can imagine later on we will need some guidance what links can be posted and what not. But for posting school communities, of course, I mean, it helps people connect and grow.
Thank you. I wanted to ask you too, then, if I may. Can you share with us your, I would say, your vision, your philosophy, your reasoning behind Skool Buddies? So I would love to dig deeper into the mind of Dan himself, Dan the man.
Thank you. I will in a minute, but I just noticed DG has raised her hand, and I don't know how long that has been sitting there because I was focusing on you talking. DG, please, um, if you can hear me.
Hi, I raised my hand because I wasn't sure I guess the format of the meeting. I didn't just want to like chime in and interrupt. Um, I just popped in because I wanted to kind of connect and see kind of what was going on. The description of the meeting was that it's a hangout. And from what I heard, it seems like everybody is focusing on the communities that they're building. And I was wondering, Dan, is it appropriate to kind of, I guess, share like our progress and like our mindset and what we are doing currently? I don't know. Like, I think this might be the first School Buddies meeting I've attended. So,
Yes, I think it is your first. And about, the format, raising hand or not, you can just jump in. Obviously, when, we see people on the screen, we can kind of tell when somebody wants to say something. With you having your avatar, it's probably better that you raise the hand so we know you want to say something, right? But you can also just jump in, especially when we have these pregnant pauses sometimes. Everybody is quiet, anybody just jump in. And yes, of course, it's totally appropriate for you also to share about what you're building. Yeah, please, we would like to. You already shared with me, obviously on the call we had, but for us here, yeah, please share what you're building.
oh, okay, great. So I guess first of all, hi everybody. I'm a little shy. I'm a little nervous. And that has a lot to do with the fact that I'm a person who lives with a severe traumatic brain injury. So sometimes when I am, sometimes more than others, when I'm trying to express thoughts, um, it doesn't always come out as well as I hope. But I'm so happy to be here with other builders and knowing that you all are going through similar experiences as I am. Um, I went ahead and decided to take the plunge to build my school because of the Hormozy deal. I had been looking into creating the community that I'm building now for a while. I've actually wanted to build it since maybe like November of last year, but I didn't feel that there was any platform that truly would be suitable enough to house what I had in mind. I feel like school has made so many improvements over time that it's given me a lot more confidence in the platform. So that's also part of why I've decided to start here. But I guess to stop belaboring my backstory, the community that I'm building is called the Hope Entrepreneur Alliance. And it's a community that is designed to be both an accountability group and an accelerator for entrepreneurs and creatives that are mission driven, purpose driven, or impact driven. It's to me, it's so crucially important that, uh, especially with the way things are today, there's a loneliness epidemic, but on top of that, entrepreneurs have a tendency to feel loneliness because they don't get to be around a lot of other people who understand kind of their position and what they're going through. And I believe that a lot of well-intended people with good ideas um, end up in places within their business that give them certain stagnations or even limit their ability to grow. And so many companies so many companies close down within the first, I think it's 3 to 5 years statistically. And it's truly my goal to help connect like-minded and kind-hearted folks who really want to make a difference in the world and want to have a network of people around them that will help them be hold themselves accountable and help them uh, when they do have, questions here and there about different things. Um, the whole purpose of the club is to help uh, is to truly help encourage the hearts and the mindsets of people who understand that you have to be gritty and hopeful and kind and determined in order to be able to do good and to do better for yourself and for your family, for the community around you, to be able to be a blessing to those around you because of your gifts and your talents and your skills and your abilities. It's not about promoting the truly unfortunate culture of uh, hustle, toxic hustle culture, or the concepts that many gurus have nowadays about, get as much attention as you can, grow a large audience, monetize people. To me, that's very much grifter talk. I believe that we should want to help people, and how we help people can be through our talent, skills, gifts, and abilities, through our knowledge. But the foundation shouldn't be making a bag and trying to, get every last penny out of someone's pocket for your own gain. We don't live to ourselves. We live amongst people. We live in community with others, even if our business is online. And I think it's very important to be respectful of other people's situations. And I truly believe that the more that we do together in support of one another and in respect of one another, the further that we will be able to go in society as far as being able to do good and being able to have a better impact. Um, well, I've tried my best to kind of explain certain things. I'm having a bit of a time kind of getting my thoughts from out of my head um, to out of my mouth. So I hope that I explained it well.
This is perfect, perfect, DG. Thank you so much for sharing. And if you haven't already, I think you haven't. You can create a whole intro post on Skool Buddies where you can list all your, what you're doing, your community, everything, to promote it there. And I think many of us here are exactly in the same, train of thought as you are, as in not the hustle culture, but connecting people, helping one another. So yeah, thanks for sharing that. And Ayoub had a brilliant idea actually. Can you just suggest that here?
Sure, absolutely. So I had an idea. So I see that we are all creators. And hi, Mark. So I see that we are all creators. We are all creating value. We want to serve our communities, and we are all building our own communities online here on Skool. So why don't we all do collabs? So where we join each other's communities, we can come as guests in different in different groups. So depending on, so for example, I would ask, hey Keith, what would your audience need? Hey Mark, what would your audience be interested in? So, and we see where we can chime in and bring in value to that community, and also we get exposure. So it's a win-win situation. And I'm always reminded, I believe it was um, Dan Kennedy who said a customer is a client is a client is a client. So that means if someone bought something, the probability that they will be buying that thing again is huge. For example, I bought a lot of books. So the probability that I will be buying another book or 10 other books or maybe 100 other books is quite significant in comparison to someone else who never bought a book. And it's much easier to sell to me your books than it is to sell to me than it is to sell to someone who never bought a book or is not interested. So yeah, and I did that because now I'm creating connections between my real life experience and this online community world building stuff. So I did this before. For example, one of the trainings that I do is a process communication model. I don't know if you've heard of it. So it's a communication. It's a way of communication that was created by NASA in the 70s, and they used to hire astronauts, etc. And what I did is I targeted people who were already buying similar courses, similar training. For example, I would reach out to a management training center. So they would sell these management courses. And what I do is that your audience that's already buying management classes has a high probability of buying a communication class or a communication course because they are already working on their soft skills, on their managerial skills. So that's where it came from.
I love this. And I'm going to ask you, Ayoub,
Yes.
please create a post in Skool Buddies
Okay.
proposing that, and we'll all jump in and find ways how we can make this collaboration happen. I love it.
Thank you, and Mark, I see and see how your expertise is shining through in the chat. So,
Welcome, Mark.
Welcome, Mark.
Hey guys. Then, were you able to clarify on whether it was a name or a surname, what we discussed this morning?
Yes, I was, and it's Ayoub is the first name.
Was it?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, because in Lebanon that's a family name.
Really?
Yeah, it is.
Wonderful. I believe I have more purpose in life now. Thank you for letting me know.
But sorry guys, this now just reminds me, I don't know about in English, so my original background is Germanic, right? Even though my parents took me around the world. But in German, there are many surnames which are a first name. So somebody can be called Peter Ernst, and Ernst is actually a first name. And so unless you are German, you won't know, right? And so as a foreign speaker to German, you will then be confused which one is the first one, which one is the last name. Maybe with Ayoub's name, it's something like that that you encountered, Mark. I don't know.
Well, as a side note, Ayoub means patience. It symbolizes patience in Arabic. So yeah,
Nice.
Nice.
thank you.
I like that.
Something I had to learn the hard way.
Yeah, for sure.
What
I
I-
learned
I'm
something really
44. I
useful
don't think
today.
I've caught on yet. Sorry, Timothy. Go for it.
That's okay. I don't know if many people know about certain German history from the medieval period.
Well, I don't believe so. I wasn't alive back then. So what's the story?
Well, there's a nursery rhyme, okay,
Okay.
which in English has been quite prevalent with young children growing up as one of those things you know you shouldn't do this, you shouldn't do that because. Anyway, this particular story for me, obviously I've had two young children many years ago, and then you discover, when you're in your 60s, what it means. So it was quite interesting as the history goes. So basically, there was this guy who turned up one day in a village, and the village had this problem. And he went to see the mayor about the problem, and he says, "Well, we've got lots of rats, and we can't get rid of them." So this guy says, "Well, I can get rid of them for you." So he then got his coat on, his full amazing colours of coat, and he started playing his pipe. And the rats tried to follow him. So they followed him out of the village, and he took them to the stream, and they all jumped in, and they all drowned. So this is the basic story of the piped piper, getting rid of all the rats. Well, the mayor decided that he didn't have enough money to pay him. So the piper went back into town and he played his pipe, and the children came out, they followed him, and they were never seen again. I don't know how many people might be aware of the pipe piper in their country, or as a children's deterrent to being wayward children, behave yourself and don't listen to bad music. And
Yeah, they left out the part where it was because of a lack of payment, though. I never heard that part of the story. That's interesting.
right. Anyway, so the story, as this woman was telling us on YouTube, and this is why it attracted my attention, and I listened all the way through. So the moral of the story is that this was taking place during the Crusades. And in order to raise money for the Crusades, they taxed all the various regions, and those regions taxed the local cities and towns, and those towns taxed the villages. And basically, the villages didn't have any money to pay the rat catcher, which basically didn't exist in the first place. But the children were basically given as the funds. So it's basically child trafficking the children out of every village because they didn't have. So the next level up was they were going to take the children, and during this particular part of German history, they were basically taking ownership of their neighbouring country, which needed the land cleared, and they were going to pay no wages. So they took all the children and any adults who volunteered and anybody else who could. It was an African syndicate, and these children were just taken abroad, never came back. And that's why the story existed, because it was a cover for what the Crusade coffers by the Holy Roman Empire had instigated as you can't pay the tax, we'll take your children. So that's where she was saying, there's evidence of all that to prove it as well. So that was fascinating bit of information today.
That was a new angle to the story.
A new one? Have you got a similar?
Nope.
Okay. Yeah, but you believe something when you're a child and you get told that, and you wouldn't be any wiser.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
But I thought it was a fascinating way of looking at medieval history.
I love stories like that.
Thank you for sharing that. It's
Okay.
It's fascinating.
I thought it was fascinating. I mean, just the story about the history of the different endeavors to raise money for the Crusades in itself.
Okay, so Keith, you were gonna say something?
Was I? Oh, wow. Thank you.
I do. I remember, I'm here 100%. I'm focused. Come on, Keith.
Oh, man. If I was to go with my next intrusive thought, it would be, didn't after that, since they had all that wealth stored within churches, when they got raided by Vikings, didn't the Vikings just like take all that wealth? Or is that like, is that centuries apart? I'm not sure. I just remember seeing something about that with the fight between the Vikings and the English at that time.
Vikings was before the Crusades, I think. Uh,
Oh, okay.
about
It was a different crusade.
Yeah, it was a different crusade. Around 700 AD till about 1100 AD. Um, Around that time was Vikings. I think because I'm doing research for the book I'm writing, and that is a part of it. And what I've learned is Vikings was not a, you know, tribe of people, but more like a trade, a profession. So you would have all different kinds of tribes being Vikings at that time. And one interesting thing, and this is a discussion I had with Mark recently when Mark asked me which language that I like was fascinating me, and that is Danish. And apparently in Danish, things became simplified because so many people traded with one another. And that's why things were simplified so they could communicate. I find that
Sense.
fascinating. And that was like the hub of the Vikings, where Denmark is nowadays.
Okay, now I'm fascinated because for all the Scandinavian countries, Danish is like the only language that no one understands and that everybody's making fun of. That's strange.
Yeah, but it's vice versa, right? So, the Danish, they make fun of the Norwegian and Swedish and vice
Yeah,
versa, right?
yeah.
But I'll put an example in Skool Buddies, how, for example, in German, the ending to speak, for example, changes, right? So er spricht, sie spricht is the same. Sprechen, sie sprechen, and etc., etc. It ends, right? In English, there's two. There's speak and speaks. But in Danish, there's just one. It's tela for everyone. It's just one ending, and it's like that on all. What are they called, Mark? I never know. Is it
Verb.
verbs?
Yeah,
Right?
verb.
There is no different ending, and apparently it came about because of that Viking trade hub where everybody, then tried to speak Danish, and maybe that's why Danish is like that, Mindy, kind
Yeah,
of.
well, we don't have it in Swedish also. We also don't have different endings. So
Okay,
that's one little piece of the Swedish language that would make it more easy. But no, we don't have it. So maybe that's a Scandinavian thing. I actually don't know if Norway has it also. That I don't know.
well, Norwegian, from what I remember, is highly influenced by Danish because they were
Part of the
colonized
same
somewhere.
kingdom.
Yeah. And then they couldn't agree, and that's why now they have two Norwegian writing systems and stuff. New Norse and Bookmål.
So then, you're writing a book,
Yes.
you speak my language.
Yeah.
What's it about? If you can share, of course. If it's too soon, too soon.
Yeah, so no, it's probably too short a time to tell the story, but basically it's about me having grown up around the world, had an identity crisis because I don't fit in my home country. And so as part of that, I was researching, my family name. And then I gave up on that when I learned that in, you know, like every family, there is infidelity. You just go back far enough, which means you're actually not of that family name that you carry. And years later, I then circled back to that and started researching the family name just out of interest. And I actually had I don't know, 15-year gap or even 20-year gap before I started my research again. And now, obviously, with the technology we have available and connecting the dots, yeah, it's really fascinating what I'm unearthing. And with DNA analysis, I've traced back my haplogroup to actually where Mindy lives. One of my great-grandfathers 4,000 years ago is buried there where Mindy lives. So that's where my people actually came from. And that's why I'm fascinated by that.
Okay.
And actually, 20 years ago or so, also why I wanted to write that book is to sell it, sorry guys, to the Americans, because Americans are fascinated by their, where they came from, their family name. Us Europeans, we lived in one place for so long, we're like, yeah, who cares? We're from this place, but Americans immigrating from 200 years ago, they want to know where they came from. And so the way I trace my family name, there are so many branches of that I can trace back where it originated. So that's actually why I wanted to write that book back then. But today it's more like for me to pass it on to anybody who has that same origin, because I just find it fascinating. Yeah. Short, long answer.
Oh,
Thank you.
DG, you wanted to say something. Oh, I saw a hand, and now the hand is gone.
It's Keith.
But
No?
I was pointing at DG. She was on my
Oh,
left, so I was like,
yeah, but
Oh.
how do
but
you
then
raise
yeah,
your
she got rid
hand?
of her hand, I guess.
I did put my hand down because I thought that when I saw the timer that it meant that the meeting would be ending soon anyway.
yes. Sorry, guys. Today I really have to jump off at the top of the hour. And yeah, that's why I put the timer on DG, usually about 5 minutes before time is up. I put it on so we know the call is coming to an end. And so, yeah, that's why it's there.
I'll just make my suggestion in the group later on.
That's cool. And also, of course, we would love to have you on our next call next week. We do this every week. So now that you've gotten to know us a little bit, we'd love to have you again.
Yeah. Nice.
Very nice. And also lovely to have Ayoub joining us for the first time today. Wonderful. And I think we're not just we, but the whole group, very like-minded with what you're building, Ayoub. So we're looking forward to check out your community and give you feedback on that on our next call next week.
Looking forward to it. Thank you.
Very nice. Thanks everyone for being on the call today. I look forward to our next one. And as always, I will be posting the replay and what we've talked about, and also list some of the links of Ayoub's community and DG's community. And yep, thanks guys.
Thank you.
Thank you very
Thank
much,
you.
Dan.
See you guys.
Bye-bye. Have a good
Good
one.
evening to you.
Bye-bye. Bye.
Thank you. It was so nice.
Thank you, DG.
Bye-bye.
Bye,
Bye-bye.
everybody.
Bye, DG.